Oh man, I didn't bring my little piano to play a little bit of music.
It's the song. It's
Hey,
the
what's
theme.
up, everyone? Welcome back to the Corridor Cast.
Oh, there we are. A little bongo drum.
I thought you were like falling over.
No, I'm just like desperately trying to put the mic closer to
I was like,
it.
are you simulating an earthquake over there? What's going on? Trying to hit the drums?
Dude, a drum theme.
Oh my god, dude, the wall is bass.
Sweet. Anyways,
What a bop.
that was a nice load of mic rattling there. A lot of great things happening this week, this day.
This day,
On this
Yeah,
this day we fight.
Rain just got back from the big YouTuber science fair called
Which,
Open Sauce.
Seriously,
Yeah.
you guys have to come next year. It was my third time going. It's bigger and better every single year. It's the best thing ever. Yeah, Open Sauce. It
Guys.
literally feels like old school VidCon. It's all about just having like some cool creators come out. We're talking like 300 creators, maybe 200 or 300, and then like 15,000 fans, and just all these really, really cool science experiments on the exhibition floor. Everyone's got like a cool little booth showing off something really neat. And then there's panels all over the place. I did 2 panels on Sunday and a meet and greet on Saturday. It was nonstop socializing from like Thursday night until Monday morning. It was just nonstop.
Totally.
It was
But
great.
first,
But first,
news flash.
oh,
Have you heard the big news, guys? This is the talk of all of the VFX subreddits right now.
is this about Rokoko?
Do you know? Have you heard this?
So-
Oh, I saw that post
check
last
this
night.
headline.
I saw this last night, I think, and I was kind of like, uh-oh, and I like didn't look into
Well,
it
I filmed a
anymore than that.
Rokoko brand integration yesterday.
Yeah, I was about to say, we just did a Rokoko thing.
Now I got a whole thing. So let me read the headline. Rokoko mocap hit with federal fraud lawsuit. Solo dev takes on Reed Smith's 1,300 lawyer army alone with forensic evidence alleging company lied to users, bricked devices on purpose, and stole users' intellectual property to build a $250 million plus shadow empire.
Wow,
This-
what a headline. Not manipulative at all.
I didn't look into it at all, but just from like I read a tiny bit about it. I was like, is this legit? This feels sus.
So here's before we even talk about it, that's a crazy headline.
That's a
Okay?
crazy
Yeah.
headline.
And I can tell you,
Solo dev takes on 13
Shadow
lawyers.
Empire. Gosh.
Shadow Empire.
It's like, I wonder if there's like maybe some emotionally laden verbiage in this headline.
yeah. And I was taking a look around. Apparently, this has gotten over 1 million impressions
Oh.
at this point.
I'm impressed.
And so this has been posted to the
Impressions.
VFX subreddits, the Unreal Engine, the Rokoko ones.
That's right. I saw
Some
it
of
on
the
one of
reposted
those
on
subreddits.
ours, all the game development
A little
subreddits.
astroturfing.
So this blew my mind when I read this because I was like, oh, wow, that's crazy. Because, again, I just filmed a brand deal for these guys. Like, are we going to have to, like, you know, are we going to be going through the comments again and being like, how dare you work with those guys again? And I'm like, bro, my only issues with them are that sometimes, like, the quality of the mocap data. You know, like, that's as deep as it goes. But, you know, other than that. But I was like, okay, as someone who literally is that close to it, I was like, I got to figure this out. Like, what's the deal? And it's crazy seeing the comments in these threads because everyone's just like, oh my God, I didn't know this. What a scummy company. It's like, I was just about to buy a suit. Glad I read this first.
Oh, really?
Everyone is like doing the whole like holding their nose, going like, "Oh, I would never want to be associated with such a company like that." So I was like, "This is unbelievable! Like, as if this is true, this is crazy." First off, the guy who posted all of these links is the plaintiff. So
the guy who made every subreddit post and
So
all
that-
these different
that-
channels
that-
is the guy who is actually suing Rokoko.
So the headline
man.
that I just read you was written by
By
the
the
person
guy.
who has beef with Rokoko and is trying to sue them.
At what point does it go to like slander or libel or whatever?
Well, in a lot of ways,
it's
but
on its way there right
basically
now.
it's funny 'cause so it is
Assuming-
it is a real lawsuit. That's the thing.
I guess if that was to fall through and then like Rokoko's in the clear, then I don't know.
Well, the thing is, he's the guy who filed the lawsuit, okay, and so everything now after this, like that's the perspective we have to take this with, which is, like the 1 million people effectively, or the 1 million impressions that this guy has now garnered from this insane headline, has affected more. I mean, it's through the comments. It seems like more people believe this than are critically thinking about this. because the overwhelming effect is, oh, I read that headline. The guy says he's got evidence. Yeah, Rokoko bad.
How incredibly unsurprising.
I know.
But
People
here's the
read
thing,
a headline and believed it?
Here's the thing. When you were just talking about now, because I actually saw a post last night and I delved into it too. People were just immediately saying the same thing you said. Oh, I was just about to buy one of their suits. Now I didn't know they're such a crappy company. It's like, this is a one headline posted by the guy who has the suit and has the evidence, quote unquote, on his website, which we will get into in a moment. I'm like, wait a minute. I think those are bot comments.
What?
I think that's him using alt accounts just to like bump up the drama in his threads. Because I mean, imagine
this
people.
is speculation.
It is speculation,
Well,
but the thing is, like,
one's an 8-year-old account. I don't know.
a lot of them are. I'm sure some people get swept up in it, but a lot of them are like weird, just like 2 random words and numbers afterwards. You know, the default like phrases you get.
Sure.
I'm taking a look. Yeah, I mean, I'm not totally sure, but yeah.
But one, it's crappy that people take every headline at face value. Not all people, but some people take headlines at face value.
Well, it's easy to do that.
It's so easy to do that. But the thing is, like Sam said, the guy who's filed the suit, by the way, so he has all the evidence listed on his site. And I went and took a look, actually.
Okay.
And it's one of those weird things where it's like a single person just making mountains and mountains of data and text. There is 2 lawsuits, a state lawsuit and a federal lawsuit. And the state lawsuit was not accepted.
Yeah.
Not even accepted.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so now he's in the federal lawsuit. And the federal lawsuit has basically gone into the system. And he has a list of all the steps he's done. And so he basically got it into the court system and then wrote this headline saying Rokoko hit with. And like, for example, Rokoko hires a law firm. That law firm has 1,300 lawyers. Rokoko doesn't have 1,300 lawyers.
No, of course not.
No.
No one does.
And so he alleges
law
things
firms.
like Rokoko is stealing your IP by downloading your motion capture data, ignoring the fact that Rokoko has a cloud service.
This is what I'm saying.
Where you give it your motion capture data.
Like literally, that's how you record the mocap.
That's
it
how it
uploads to
works.
their cloud service.
It's like saying-
and now you can access the mocap data on any PC now.
And he has evidence of this, which is just his computer's network traffic sending the data to Rokoko to use the cloud service.
I'm sorry, and I didn't read the terms of service, but I know they do AI mocap, and I know you need mocap data for AI mocap. So it's like, well, what the hell do you think they're doing with the data? Do you think they're jerking off to your mocap data or something? They're gonna sell it to James Cameron and put it in Avatar 3? It's like, no, like it's literally just random. Anyways, Jesus Christ. So the funny thing though, anyways, I'm just really sad that like so many people like kind of like fell for the bait because of the frankly very impressive and well written attention grabbing headline. Like I think 99% of this guy's case is in the headline that he's written for himself, because everything after that, once you actually like start to critically think about it, falls apart pretty quickly.
It kind of reminds me of a separate thing going on right now with a friend of mine who directed a movie called Together. We can talk about that in a minute.
It's a shame that-
Interesting.
it's a
I've heard
shame-
about that.
Here, hold on.
yeah.
I got to get in a soapbox for just one second.
Uh-oh,
I'm sorry,
soapbox.
everybody. I just want to
Soapbox.
say
Okay.
that it sucks that there's websites that are built to basically propagate stuff like this, where you get flashy headlines and lots of attention, and it doesn't matter if it's right or wrong, and that there's a chunk of people who don't care either and are happy to push it. But the websites themselves take advantage of this and put that stuff in front of as many people as possible.
Yeah.
You know, whether we're talking about Reddit or X or all this kind of
that's the thing.
social media
Reddit,
bullshit.
Reddit's pretty good about that still overall because
No, it's not.
well,
Reddit is a cesspool.
well,
It is.
Reddit's
It
a
is.
cesspool.
But you know, we all like taking a little dip in the mud once in a while.
No, well, I'm just saying with Reddit, you can look at the comments quickly. Like you see an article, and you can.
Oh yeah, if you give a crap, but once again, like 30%
can skim your
people
comments there. You can go like, okay, just get a quick temperature check on like what people are thinking. You can read whatever is being posted yourself. Like
Yeah, but there's also like a dozen different communities with a dozen different.
Sure, I'm just
vibes.
saying as someone who approaches stuff attempts to approach things critically, I find that at least on Reddit, I'm able to do that. As I'm able to, like, if it's a topic I don't know anything about, I'm able to generally turn towards some comments. And generally speaking, someone usually confirms or denies, like, oh, whether this is BS or not. You know, and I appreciate that. And so I had to take it upon myself to, like, go into all these threads and be like, guys, this is BS, even though it's totally drowned out at this point. The one thing that was really funny was the only thing, I mean, other than all the other stuff, but the last thing is they said he said he hired a private investigator. So this is the difference between like, oh, some guy with a bone to pick and someone who's unhinged. This guy's actually unhinged. Like, I don't know what's wrong with him, but I think he might be a little crazy because he said in his evidence he said he hired private investigators to check out where Rokoko's headquarters was and found that it was a quote 400 square foot empty office in a basement with no one there. And I'm like, hold on. What do you mean?
We have a video we shot.
Yeah, it's like
an interview on the website, Loaded Questions.
Nick and Jonah went to their headquarters.
Yeah.
and filmed an interview.
Like, like, what are we talking about here? Like, just the fact that that's in there makes it so I can't take it. Nothing else is believable. Not to mention, what's the case? It's basically guys just confused about the terms of service.
Yeah.
You know.
It's rough. It's a weird like warrior type where it's like, I'm going to mass this data, uncover this. Like, I've seen it before. You see it on these various websites where somebody just makes like mountains and mountains of text and like connections to like as many things, and they'll put up like evidence, and it's just like a 2-hour uncut stream of just network traffic. And you know, it's like
And then, but that makes the rounds. People see the headline and they're, you know, subconsciously hit with this influence of, oh, this company bad. But then when it finally gets corrected, no one ever sees it.
right.
Yeah.
There is the also.
Well, guess what? Here's the good news. No alternatives. I want a mocap suit, but Rokoko's a shadow empire. It's like, well, I can spend 5 times as much on an XN suit or buy 3 iPhones and try and use Move AI.
Sure.
It's like, which is honestly the same price as the Rokoko suit.
Yeah, it's like we know the Rokoko. Like they're building motion capture suits
so
with
funny.
IMUs. It's like, yeah, what shadow empire? Come on now.
I know, Jesus
Like
Christ.
let's worry about like, yeah. Anyways,
I thought that was so funny just because of the timing with like what I was filming. You know, we're talking to him right now.
Yeah.
Like, oh my, I was just like, wow. Are we gonna have another better help on our hands?
Oh boy. I want to talk about
Motion capture isn't real, by the way, if you don't believe in it. Anyway,
so the movie Together, a buddy of mine, old school VFX
Together.
YouTuber.
What do you mean? The movie Together that's coming out like right now?
isn't
it
With
like
like
David Franco and Alison Brie?
Yeah.
Yep, that movie.
Okay.
It underwent some drama a few months back because now, okay, it's been a little bit since I've actually looked at the details on this, but essentially, this movie called Together is coming out, starring Dave Franco, Alison Brie, and it's a horror movie of some sorts.
Yeah, it's a horror movie where it's like body horror where they get fused together.
I was gonna say it's kind
Yeah.
of like
Oh,
that
yeah.
short film we watched.
yeah,
on
it's kind of like
React.
that short film we watched on React one time.
That's the thing. So hold on. There's Together, this movie that's coming out. There's this short, or the guy you're talking about right now.
What?
Correct? The friend that directed.
He directed this.
Oh, your friend directed the one that's coming out now.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So let me finish my story then.
Okay.
So there's this drama that came out that like,
Shanks.
David Franco and Alison Brie's agent had actually received a script that was extremely similar to the one for Together, but they received it beforehand, and they ended up not going with it. And so there's all this stuff, and there are parts of the script that were like identical, including like a Spice Girls song and stuff like this. I'm probably gonna get some of these details wrong, but essentially, the internet turned on this movie. Everyone was like, "Oh, this is the copywritten movie, like copyright violation. Like, don't go see this movie." And then Michael Shanks, my buddy Tim Fed, the YouTuber Tim
I
Fed.
love Tim Fed.
Yeah, this is his movie.
No.
So he came out and was like, "Actually, that's all made up. I have the receipts." And he's like, "I actually wrote this script years before this and filed it with the union." And I forget the
Wow.
details of which union or whatever, but there's like a paper trail of this, and basically it all came out that like, no, this other guy was just, what'd you use the term, astroturfing?
Yeah.
And just trying to, for whatever reason, try to take down this movie and take down these actors when the evidence really came out, none of that carried any water, and this movie's actually totally legit and totally
that
fine.
sucks.
Yeah, and the premiere is like basically now, I
Yeah,
think.
I just watched like a Hot Ones episode of them promoting it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Hot
yeah.
ones.
Like a
Good.
versus like they two eat it.
Yeah, good on
Oh,
Tim
yeah,
Fed
yeah,
for
right.
getting a movie made. It sucks they had to deal with all that BS.
And Tim
That's
Fed, is an incredible filmmaker. He's an incredible visual effects artist. He's one of those like scrappy effects artists, you know? If you go to Tim Fed on YouTube, he makes some, I remember we're talking like way back in the early 2010s.
His Auntie Donna Wizard Powers one is so good.
Yeah, my favorite one is the standoff. Let's just go to videos and sort by old. Okay, yeah, keep going. Oh yeah, Life and Death According to... Oh yeah, he did the Max Payne one. The Max Payne one was friggin' hilarious. He did these creepy ones where it's like mouths for eyes and stuff.
Oh man, I remember that one short film, the Time Trap one.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was the one that
Time Trap.
I think that was the first one I
Stare
saw.
Down. That's the one. This is probably one of my favorites of his, because it's just such like a bizarre thing, and the sound design on it's great too. But I guess we won't get sound here. And it's just such a weird direction it goes after a bit. It's just two guys staring down at each other. Increase that res.
The stream can hear it.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, and so like after like his YouTube stuff started like doing well, he teamed up with Guy Pearce. He got this really cool like wizard show that he did, sponsored by the Australian government. He's an Aussie.
I remember that.
He was here one time. I remember.
I met him around then. Yeah.
Yeah, he came over and like worked in our studio for a
yeah,
day.
we
Just
went to Worskoosh with him and stuff.
Yeah.
That's funny. You know what's funny though? Then what about that Vimeo staff pick we saw? Because I heard about that.
That's what I was remembering.
I heard about this thing, and I was like, oh, "Wait, hold on." We saw something on Vimeo that also was this. So there's like a third. Oh my
But
god!
listen, having not seen the movie,
effects.
I don't know how similar the Vimeo thing is to this.
Here's the thing. Honestly, I don't give a crap.
God.
Ew! Oh, this is so crazy.
It's really well done.
And so it's like you're just watching this, and out of nowhere, this starts happening. You're like, wait, what is going on?
Wow. A Coney 2012 reference.
Dude, that's funny.
Yeah, when was this uploaded?
10 years ago.
Yeah, 2014.
that's even funnier. Even funnier. Well, you know, it's funny. Like it happened to me and Nico once, like years and years ago too, which was really funny. Like that one of the very first videos, you know, the Prism video we put up.
Oh yeah.
Way back in like 2011.
Yeah, with Jimmy.
Yeah.
We were accused of plagiarism.
Yeah,
on that.
we were like gonna like produce.
Wait,
it.
really?
Yeah, we were about to.
And he wasn't nearly as public, and like we shouldn't put any names out there or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put any names out there, but yeah, basically
like, it wasn't
we're
like an internet drama thing.
We're working with a producer to make it, and then he sat us down at lunch. He's like, "Sorry, this other director I worked with said that you guys stole this idea from him." So I can't help you make it anymore. I'm like, what? What
what do you mean you stole it? What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? He's like, yeah, he says it's exactly the same. He said he's talked to you about this idea, and I let him read the script for your short film, and he said that's tons of stuff was ripped off from his short film that he wanted to make.
And at the time, did you know who this guy was?
Oh yeah, we knew. We knew everyone was there, and it was like, we were like, okay.
He was a nice guy. Like I had great interactions with him, and like.
But he thought you guys ripped off his script?
He did.
Apparently we ripped it off.
I never read, by the way. I never got a script. We like, yeah.
I didn't.
We didn't rip it off. We just came up with the idea.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, because he wanted to, I remember way back he said he wanted to do like a time travel project. I think that was my recollection, and I'm like, okay, and like, well, this is a teleportation video, so I guess they're kind of similar.
It was just odd to write like a
Just instead of time, it's space.
Yeah.
And it's time and space.
Yeah,
Space time.
yeah.
So it's the same thing.
It's space time.
So
time,
therefore,
space.
you ripped it off.
Yeah.
It's like we wrote a 6-minute action
as long
film.
as it goes under the standard model, it's a ripoff.
Yeah, we wrote like a 6-minute action film about like kids stealing a teleportation device, and then fighting the lead scientist who also has a teleportation device. And that's the end of the short.
Wasn't it also like sponsored by Hitilm? So you guys were using like Hitilm
Yeah, we were.
effects
Yeah.
to do the...
Not for every single shot, but for a bunch of them. And even like the guys that made Hitilm did some effect shots too.
Yeah.
Is it still Hitilm these days? Yeah, I think it still is.
Is Hitilm like still a thing? I feel like I haven't seen anything about Hitilm in a couple of years.
Yeah.
Hitilm is like still a great way for like people to start getting into like compositing and editing and all that stuff.
Oh.
Was it called FX Home?
FX Home? No, that was the old version before it, wasn't it? Or is it FX Home now?
Well,
Sorry, my lore's getting all crossed up. Oh, it is FX Home.
so it's now back to FX Home.
Okay.
It was FX Home in
by
the earliest
artists.
days before even YouTube was a thing.
It was by
And then,
artists.
because we know Josh.
Yeah.
He started the whole thing, CEO of the company, all that stuff.
Dude, Josh is like a G. He's like the guy who's like, him and his team are responsible for like half the indie VFX filmmakers that exist these days.
This is
Yeah.
by Artlist now.
Yeah, they
Artlist,
must have been
They paired
acquired.
up with Artlist, yeah.
Nice, but
Well, here, type in FX Home. Let's check out their site. Let's see what they got going on.
Yeah, I haven't caught up since Arliss bought it. So I'm
Yes.
assuming there's a pretty big shakeup.
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense why I haven't heard anything about it in a little while. Because for a
Yeah.
long time it was like you can use After Effects, or
Yeah.
you
see-
can use Hitilm, which is free.
Yeah. And Hitilm had like a full editor.
Free
and stuff in it.
asterisk.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or
It looks-
packages
they
that
must
you
be
can get.
doing something.
And now for
everything.
years, DaVinci Resolve has kind of completely stepped in and eclipsed everything about it. Because Hitfilm was basically DaVinci Lite. It
That's
had
true.
like an editing program, it had an effects tab, had a sound design tab, and you could switch between these like programs within the program. And now that's basically exactly what DaVinci Resolve is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I felt bad because Michael Shanks was wanting me to go to his premiere, and I couldn't make it happen. I'm not feeling too good for that.
You know, I do want to, like, just to bring this one story Sam was telling to a close, I did have a phone call with a guy.
You're gonna have to. Can you like write it on your phone and show me the name or something? Is it a name
don't
I
know
would
him.
know?
You don't know
Oh,
him.
okay,
You
then
wouldn't.
never
You
mind.
wouldn't.
Yeah, this is like early days of us being in LA. And I've like, I think this is the thing that a lot of people miss. Is just like, if you feel like there's a misunderstanding, just reach out and talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
And like we did, we just had a phone call and we talked about it. And like by the end of the phone call, like it chilled out, you know, and it was kind of like a, you know, well, you know, I feel like you guys took my idea. I'm sorry we didn't, you know, and I talked through the whole idea and everything. And he's like, well, I guess great minds think alike. I was like, sure.
Oh wow. There's like a real subtle.
Wait, you said that? Or
he said that.
So
He said great minds think alike?
Yeah.
If only he said, my reputation precedes me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyways, you know, it's like, turns out, like, if you guys if you're into like cool sci-fi ideas and somebody else is into cool sci-fi ideas, you might have a little bit of overlap in your themes. It might just happen. It's just a natural part of life. But you know what? Ideas are like 5% of actually making something.
That's what I think.
Execution is really what matters.
It's like everyone can. Ideas are free. They're cheaper than cheap.
mm-hmm.
Doing
good
the idea,
ones.
executing them is the actual magic trick. You know, it's like anyone can have a really, really excellent idea. I don't care if you have a cool idea. I care if you executed the idea and actually made it happen. You know what finally got announced? That one-wheel bicycle from the Float Life.
Oh, did they actually announce it?
It was officially announced like this last weekend, but I think they're going to open up pre-orders for it at the end of this month, so like in another week or two. Yeah, so the Float Life came by the studio, hung out with us for a couple hours while they showed off. No, it's not one-wheel bike.
Not a unicycle.
It's not associated with one wheel at all. It's the Float
Dude,
Life.
look at this
No,
Wired
I
article.
know.
Hold on. Can you click on that Wired article? Look at the Wired. Keeping us in the future. Look at this. This one-wheeled electric motorcycle actually feels... boop, boop, boop.
It's just an
Safe.
EC with the bike frame on top.
I didn't pee myself when I wrote it. All right.
So the Float Life, you know, they've
Sorry.
for years have been making one wheel accessories for the board. We're talking foot pads, bumpers, rails, fenders. Then they started getting into like more of the nitty gritty stuff. They started making like actual like motor rotors and stuff like that. And I don't know if
It's
the
a very
website
quiet
is
announcement.
forward. Yeah, it was like a soft launch.
It's not even on the website.
Yeah.
It's somewhere. It's somewhere. You can find it.
It's a very soft launch.
Did we just
Is this like
announce
a
it?
group chat you have, like, or text thread?
Did we just
No, I
announce
saw
this
the
on
website.
accident?
There's a website for it, but apparently the SEO is terrible. Anyway,
it's a good thing we're having live stream troubles.
they've made basically everything for a one wheel except the one wheel itself because they are prevented from selling it due to patent law.
Right.
And so one wheel holds all the patents on one wheels. You cannot sell a fully packaged one wheel. In fact, the only person who is doing that is Float Wheel, and they're doing it through a bunch of like
Shell corporations.
shell corporations essentially
And
through
crypto.
China so that they can't be cracked. They can't be tracked down.
They're also technically not a full package.
Yeah, and yeah, so they're shipping you the motor and then the blade of the wheels separately. So it's a bunch of bypassing.
Oh, that's like how guns are sold. It's like how you
Yeah, I guess.
circumvent gun laws.
shipping in
They-
pieces.
They send you like they send you like a lower receiver that's like only 80% finished, and then you drill 2 holes to finish it, and there's no serial on it.
So anyway, they've been trying to make like a fuller, bigger product, and so essentially what they're doing now is they're making like a little mini bike, like made out of one-wheel parts. So it's like a full bicycle,
It's cool.
but the wheels are one wheels essentially.
It's cool.
And there's
interesting.
Nico Allman, who is a pro one-wheel rider. Also, he pretty much pioneered half of the tuning software on Vesk, the open source one-wheel balancing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They basically took all of his knowledge and all of the float package software and put it in a bike. And now on this bike, this electric bike, there's a button you press and it automatically does a wheelie and it turns into a one-wheel. Not remotely as easy to learn
Yeah.
how to ride as you would
Easier
expect it to
said
be.
than done,
Way
for sure.
easier said than done. But at
Easier
the same
said than
time, it's
done.
still easier than actually Natty doing a wheelie.
Yeah, it balances the acceleration versus braking to keep you in that perfect diagonal posture. You still have to balance left and right, of course.
Oh,
Yeah.
you still have to balance. I think. Well, I mean, I thought it would be easy,
Sam
but
had
it
a
was
dream.
not easy.
Sam had a dream.
I had a dream, but like it's a button. It's a toggle switch.
Yeah.
Well, not a toggle switch. You press and hold it, and it looks like it's easy to ride once it's up. But the problem is you hit that switch, and it gives it that boost of acceleration to get you upright, and that's for me the hardest thing to get over
Yeah,
because you do get thrown back.
Yeah.
As if like you're putting too much throttle on a motorcycle or an e-bike.
It's like a trust
It's
fall.
very hard to get over that.
It is a trust fall situation because you have to trust
It's
that
not
it will
going to-
not flip you backwards and it
Exactly.
will stop, which it does. But even still,
It's just-
sorry, I've got 4 decades almost of muscle memory of every time a chair kind of rocks back too much, I like jump out of it.
I don't know how well this is going to show up on camera. I'm just going
Do you have a
to
link?
show my screen
Oh.
or show the camera here.
It's true.
Yeah, he's doing it.
It's got that proof.
It's there.
I'm sure you'll post that soon.
Yeah. I was just hoping to post some open source stuff first.
I'm on that VFX thread about Rokoko, and the guy who's suing them posted like, "Oh, their CEO literally said to me in regards to repairing my equipment. However, sending you motion capture equipment without having closed the entire case is not an acceptable solution for us. If more claims and actions from your side will continue, we will therefore offer to send you what you have listed below on the condition that this closes the case immediately." Yeah, he's just he's a little off his rocker.
He's unhinged.
Oh, I just found your comment, Sam. We're having an idiocracy moment.
It is an idiocracy. Well, that everyone like, why did the guy repost it? And like, did he read it? Did he read what this guy said before reposting it? And then the guy even replies in the comments like, "Oh, I didn't even know how their stuff worked." It's like, oh, then why did you repost it? It's like drama with this one company that I know nothing about. It's like,
So I'm a little nervous because
You got your recital coming up.
I got my
and you
recital,
haven't-
my
you
piano
haven't
recital.
memorized
Actually. I have
your
my
dance
Matrix
moves
bullet
yet.
time recital coming up. So we've committed to recreating the Matrix bullet time spin, and we've committed to doing it to I've committed to doing it to the detail of the film. So it's like same camera path, same jacket motion, same amount of time acting, all that kind of stuff. And we just got all our shots for it yesterday.
Was that
And
the final shot? Was that the?
I don't know. I'm in the
we'll
middle
see.
of it right
Sure,
now.
Fair.
But
But the idea, if it works, you're not going to go back and that. This is not a test.
this is
an
an
actual
attempt
execution.
at full quality.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work, then we go back and do it again. But it's not like this was started off as a test. You were trying to get the actual shot yesterday.
Right, trying to get the actual shot yesterday. And now I'm in the stage of like stitching everything together, running like the AI morph through the whole thing. And of course it's AI mush, like at least initially. Some parts are working and some parts aren't. And then now it's just the natural problem solving, which is a huge question mark for this process, as it is with all these kind of like brand new workflows. And I'm really nervous because in this situation, John Gaeta will be looking at it, and then I'm sure other people.
Who is
that work-
John Gata?
John Gata.
I mean,
is,
I know, but like
is the
tell
visual
everyone.
effects supervisor from The Matrix. It's
Yeah.
the guy who did bullet time.
Yeah, he's one of the guys who they were like, how should we do this bullet time shot? And he's like,
I have an idea.
Actually,
Yeah.
they're like, how do we do this liquid reality shot? Because they wanted a omnipotent God's eye camera that can move anywhere at any speed, aka a video game God mode camera.
AKA an FPV drone in slow motion.
Yes.
He's like, this is what you do. You get a bunch of cameras and you put them in a ring poking through a green screen.
Yeah, so they invented bullet time, but Matrix is one of my favorite films, if not like my favorite film, and not only John, but I'm sure other people that worked on the film will end up seeing the video if we do a good job of it. And so it's one of those things where it's like I'm knee deep in trying to make the final shot, and of course it's not finished yet, and it's not coming together yet. And so it's like, it's like trying to play a piano recital, but in front of like the guy who in front of Billy Joel. It's like
Master. Yeah. Sensei. Yeah. Well, the thing is, as long as you can get your motion right, everything after that, I think, is a piece of cake.
That's how I
know
feel
what I'm
too.
saying? Like,
and the
'cause
tests have been productive up to this point.
So you're out there dangling on a rope yesterday. We got the images. You're reconstructing it.
You filmed, we had 8 different people filming with their iPhones at various camera angles, replicating the camera path of the original Matrix shot. But we weren't filming in slow-mo. We're just filming in high res. And you're hoping to use these new tools that are coming out to not only interpolate between them, but figure out basically is just like
Really
super
interpolate.
mega advanced interpolating.
Yes. And my previous tests of doing a half arc or a 180 arc have worked great.
Yeah, worked really good.
Yeah. But the thing is there's hidden unknowns in these programs that I'm using. Like, for example, the AI that I'm using to morph between frames has been trained on clips up to 5 seconds. And this clip is longer than 5 seconds.
Oh.
So I start to get some wonkiness later in the clip because it's kind of ended, in terms of what it's propagating. So do I need to split it into 2 5-second clips?
And then
Will that work? Or do I just...
Or 3.5 second clips.
Yeah, or do I force it to do the whole thing somehow in another way that makes it more consistent? It's one thing I've been thinking about.
Oh, that's such a weird oversight. I hate those things where you sit there with an idea for something and you're like, everything should theoretically work perfectly.
Yeah.
And then you have that little one thing that screws up everything.
And then also when we positioned the cameras yesterday, I positioned them based on time. So I took the actual Matrix bullet time spin, had evenly spaced moments in time, and then put everybody's cameras in those spots. So the idea is that you evenly space those frames through this morph, and it hits the same speed.
I see now. You weren't evenly spacing it out via space.
Correct.
You went through the
it was
whole
time.
bullet time shot, and you split it up evenly in the timeline, and it's like, all right, this is that time, and we're going to match up that angle here.
Yes, but that may have been a mistake because I probably should have prioritized clarity of angles and data. In other words, when the camera goes past my knees, that's a weird shift to go from one side of my body to the other side of my body.
Yeah.
And I probably should have put an extra camera in that area or compressed people in that area. And then in the timeline, I can just put them closer together so it doesn't make the camera decelerate as it passes through those frames.
Okay. But like you said, you're still figuring this out.
Still figuring this out. And I think one thing I haven't done yet, and I will be asking Emmett and Lucas to help me with this, is you can guide this with a human, a colorful human motion capture skeleton. And
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking is if I just animate a little skeleton with a 360 shot, and that's all it is, that will basically stick to me and guide where the morph should be going. And that might let me just brute force my way through the whole shot in one go.
But
But
then
I
how long
don't
is that
know.
going to take?
Theoretically, not that long. You do have to build the shot in Blender in the sense that you need to make a camera do a 360, and you kind of need to make a couple of the points line up with the real life photographs, at least,
Yeah.
kind of. And you just have to animate a person going like this. And that's it. So it's not that long. It's not that complicated. Now, I don't know Blender, so it would take me an extra 2 days to
Sure,
get it
to
up
get
and running.
that point, or have the children do it.
Yeah, I could have the nephews do it. We shouldn't
By
be
that
talking
I mean
about
that
it in-
technically they're adults now because they're 18, but there
Yes.
are interns and they just graduated high school.
Yes. I feel like Emmett's moving out from intern zone though. He's moving into a guy who's actually helping out in the studio. Like,
I guess
making
he's
stuff.
been here long enough.
Yeah.
He's been here like a year and a half now.
Yeah, he's not an intern anymore.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean he's still
He
intern because
is,
he's about to
yeah.
leave,
Yeah.
go to
Yeah.
college,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apprentice.
Yeah.
apprentice.
Good.
There we go.
They're S tier. They're S tier
take that.
nephews.
S tier nephews.
They're S tier nephews.
Yeah.
So, but like half the appeal of doing this shot, Nico, is how fast you can do it now. You know, back in the day, it took months for them to achieve that same effect, or the original effect. And sure, we can brute force our way through it now, given enough time and effort and whatnot being thrown at it. But the appeal is, can we achieve this in a day?
If
know
I
what?
figure out the process, yes.
You want to hear something?
So
really
is that
gnarly?
something you're planning on? Maybe like, so you do all this stuff, you figure out the workflow, and then you go back and actually do the effect beginning to end in a day?
We'll see how hard it is.
Yeah.
We'll see how hard it is.
Okay. Can I? Here's a crazy idea. Why don't you just open pose out the original bullet time shot, so your skeleton is just Neo, and it's just now you.
What?
That is another way of doing it.
But then using some of the crazy paint out stuff you're doing, you can just be Nico in the bullet time shot.
So are you wanting to put yourself in the original actual bullet time shot, or are you going to do a completely original shot that's the same camera move?
I mean, this is a little bit like specific, and then most people probably won't care too much about this, but I personally want to recreate the shot the same way Adam Savage recreates a prop.
Okay. And
So-
but you can't use that means you can't touch the original shot other than just use it for reference.
More or less. I might try to put me on the background of the original shot.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
Yeah.
that's actually specifically what I'm asking.
but like to
Well,
go,
because you could Gaussian splat the
like I could
environment.
I could
maybe.
deep fake my face onto Keanu Reeves and call it a day. You know, it's like I don't want to do that.
I recreated bullet. Yeah, that's funny. No,
I feel like getting the Gaussian splat of a background tracked in is the way to go. But it's like,
I
it'd be
will
cool
still
if
do
it's
that
an
no matter
original
what.
shot.
Yeah. If I do put myself in the background of the original shot, which we'll see if I can get it to track and everything.
no.
I will still do a Gaussian splat.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
Do the roof. Don't do the original environment because I think once again, if you're talking about recreating it, you can't use the source material other
Yeah.
than inspiration.
Well, I think Nico's saying he's going to do both.
Yeah.
Either way, I mean, it would be funny to just like copy paste you into.
There, I can hear you. It's just a little weird.
Just thanks. Maybe it's the cable.
Might be at this point.
Who knows at this
Whatever.
point? Dobie
Yeah.
is taking host in here hardcore. Gotta get our Dobie traps.
Time to run fresh lines. Yeah, so whoa. Sam's unplugged his microphone. He's gone rogue. Just yanking on the cable a little bit.
He said something, but you couldn't hear.
Anyways. Yeah.
But so you got in contact with John Gaeta,
Yes, I rather Nick got in contact with John Gaeta
sure.
through his connections.
but you
Through
talked
his
with him
dad.
through his
You had a
fatherly
call with
connections.
him.
Through his fatherly
We did have a
connections.
call with him, which
through
was
his fatherly connections. For those of you who don't
Yeah.
know, Nick's dad used to work at ILM. Him and John Gaeta actually used to know each other, so that's contact.
yeah, and John very graciously
Very
graciously, John very graciously took a call with us, and he'd seen some of our videos, which was amazing and like a great
do you
way
know
to break
which
the
ones?
ice.
That's so
Which
funny.
videos?
I mean, he definitely knew about the React show off the rip because he
Yeah.
was talking about you just sitting on the couch.
I think
and
he might have
recognizing
watched Paul DeBevic's episode.
it. And then
Okay,
some
sure.
other
React.
stuff, yeah.
Well, yeah, I'll bet he's seen the sodium vapor video.
Yeah, the sodium vapor one is the one that really made the rounds, especially last year at Open Sauce. That was the one that like people would mention seeing, and I'm like, cool.
Yeah, and he took the time to talk to us and like hear out the concept, and he was open to it and like shared thoughts with us. And we also invited him to come on React, and I'm hoping he does.
That would be cool.
It'd be super cool.
That would be cool.
You know, it's like a lot to ask somebody to like. We fly him down here, but like it's a lot to ask somebody to take the
Yeah, he's
time
not
out.
local, is he?
No, he's in San
in the
Francisco.
Bay.
But he would be such a good person to have on the show, though,
it'd be
because I
amazing.
love when it's that like superstar VFX artist, but like, and you can talk about like the real process.
Yeah,
And, like
the
there's
real
there's-
process, and it's not like a show intended for like promotion. It's like no, let's get into the nitty gritty. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like how was this achieved?
Mhm.
You know, like what's the trick?
Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing. It's like it's always about like like I love talking, like, you know, Tim Miller, super interesting guy,
Yeah.
awesome stories, but you know, it's also at times when we're like, this episode's crazy. The way they're doing this one character model is nuts, and he's just like, yeah, it's sweet. I'm like, yeah, okay, you know, like
No,
it's-
and we found that too on the show. Getting VFX supervisors on, which is super cool. They're the person to talk to on this stuff, but at the same time, it's like they're not actually the ones doing the shots. They're not in. I mean, they're in the trenches, but not actually shooting the guns from the trenches. They're in the back being like, now shoot.
You know, some of my favorite is when you get the VFX supervisors on now who are like, you know, superstars getting Oscars, but then we get back and we get stories from like 20 years ago when they were compositors on like the films in the 90s, and they're like, oh man, we had to do this for this. Like, I love those stories.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
I love it.
I don't. Oh man, this is a fork in the road here. Well, yeah, there's.
What?
Well, I was gonna say, like, there's two things I really want to talk about. I talked to someone recently and who was a compositor on the Fast and Furious movies, and I got some hilarious stuff going on. You know, everyone's like, "Oh, Paul Walker's face replacement." Apparently, there's Vin Diesel face replacements for when he was too angry to get out of the trailer.
Oh my god! Because I've heard all the stories
know.
between Vin Diesel and The Rock, and how like they tried to out late
obviously-
each other by showing up as late as possible, and it started affecting everything.
Exactly.
We know
Yeah,
someone who
and
worked on set who told us all those stories. I won't drop his name right now.
And I can't. So I haven't like locked down the moments in the shots, but I think I'm really close to figuring out when they're using CGI. Vin Diesel's.
I feel like we shouldn't be sharing these secrets. No, people have a reason to watch.
It's a secret. Well, that's the thing. Like, if anyone can find them out, yeah, let us know.
No, it's whatever. It's
But there's like
Fast and the Furious. Who cares? It's a movie.
But here's the other thing, though. Like there's so much cosmetic VFX going
There's
on
so much
in movies right now.
Well, there's so much face
that is
replacement happening in films.
Crazy. It's crazy.
Well, also something that doesn't get talked about nearly enough is that in almost every single like big budget blockbuster movie, the female leads, every single shot they're in, they're getting a facelift.
Yeah.
And it like I guess the most recent example I could think of is Natalie Portman in the newest Thor movie. And it's just like, it's not like she looks awful or anything. She looks great. And yet they're still kind of just like going in, like, you know, painting out some of the wrinkles, lifting her face a little bit, kind of like a de-aging, but make it so subtle that you don't notice it's a de-aging.
Yeah.
And that's just a normal thing on every single project these days.
Yeah.
It's just included in the contracts.
It's the digital makeup stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And same thing with stunts. You know, it's like it's so much easier to throw stunt people into the shot or stand-ins and then put the actors, you know, face on them. Like, actors are so busy now doing so many different things, and they're still like a commodity of just a human being. So get them in for the performance shots, you know, where it's stand on your mark and act and take a 5-minute take and do 2 or 3 of them, you know?
Sure.
It's like, oh, but now what about all these other things where like a hand insert or like an over your shoulder shot or all this kind of stuff? It's like, we can deep fake it.
Yeah, it's just like, I'm sorry, I'm too busy.
But
My schedule's so busy.
I have
But-
pickleball at 10 a.m.
Pickleball.
by the way, all those like inserts of like, you know, foot on the gas pedal, hand shifting the car thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise does all those himself.
I was actually just about to mention that.
I was about to make a joke about that. Like,
Because he
like,
brags
Tom
about
Cruise
doing
does
it.
all his own inserts.
He does.
He specifically,
yeah.
he specifically brags about like, oh yeah, I love making movies. I want to be on the set. So all the inserts of like that sort of thing, I'm doing it.
Like,
It's
that's
like,
sick.
okay, Tom, cool.
Like having an
Yeah, I'll
actor who
join
like, wants to
Scientology.
be on set.
If we get more Mission Impossible movies or Tom Cruise movies, like, yeah, Scientology's fine.
I'll forget the Scientology.
Like what? Yeah. It feels like they work in tandem.
Yeah.
Movies in Scientology.
You know, someone
No comment.
pushing cinema forward.
I just hope one day we actually do get Tom Cruise on the couch, and
That would be wild.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I like how he makes movies. I think it's super cool.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Literally, one of his movies is in my like top 2 favorite movies of all
Live, Die,
time.
Repeat. Edge of
Yeah,
Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow, Live, Die, Repeat.
So that's one of your top 2. What's your top
I don't know. It's just in there in the top. I don't know.
It's just in their top two. What's the other one?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's
I'm just
reserved. The space is reserved.
One changes a lot. One changes, but two is always edge to arm.
No, you see, it's just reserved there on the other spot.
It's in my favorite movies list, and I don't have any other movies in there currently.
too
So
long.
maybe
But you haven't gotten around to finishing it.
It's in my favorite movies list is number 2. I haven't decided number 1 yet.
Sorry. The semantics are funny. That's an incredible movie. Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Oh boy, yeah, Top Gun Maverick's pretty sweet.
Oh yeah, no. Top Gun Maverick's pretty dang dope.
Dude, when those missiles were flying in with the jets and stuff, I was like, sick. Like,
Yeah,
it's like,
Did you see one YouTube video where the guy put the actual like jet gun sound design in for Top Gun?
no.
So Top Gun Maverick, like every movie, uses like a regular like ground machine gun, like tick 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 kind of machine gun for the plane sounds. But actual plane machine guns go.
yeah. It's like,
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, because
And
it's so fast.
it's so
there's
fast.
no rhythm to it. It's
So
just a hum.
A sound designer on YouTube went and like redid a Top Gun Maverick with that sound design, and it's sick.
I want to see this
Yeah,
so
it's one of
bad.
those
I'm
things
like
that's
looking at it right now.
They should have
Top
done it. It was
Gun
such a good call.
Maverick. What is
like-
it? Real sound design.
Yeah, you can pull it up on the TV. I don't know if you want to. It gets complicated
If
trying
Top
to
Gun
pipe
Maverick
YouTube.
had better gun sounds,
Yeah, might be it. It's pretty sick. You can hold your phone next to the microphone. We can get second generation audio on the podcast.
No, I can pump.
Yeah,
I
there you
can
go.
pump the
Yeah, play that
audio.
real quick. All right.
I'm
Let's hear it.
Wait, yeah, Sam, mute it now.
All right, guys.
so
Top
you
Gun
guys
Maverick
real
had better
quick.
gun sounds by Quartz 708.
And the stream can hear this.
Yeah. that should
Are they
be good.
seeing this? I don't see the OBS thing. There we go.
okay. So far, it's missile and explosion sounds.
You guys have the TV remote too.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I yeah.
Oh, they're just shooting missiles at each other. But hold on, guys. We'll get there. The anticipation is worth it.
God, I love this movie. It was like
God, great CGI explosions.
Yeah.
all these shots are CG too, by the way.
I love it.
Half CG, half real.
The people are real,
Oh.
and that's literally it. People in the interior of the cockpit.
Oh,
Oh, they're
missiles.
still on the missiles.
More missiles.
I mean, it's still sweet. I don't care.
I mean,
Oh hell, dude. Yeah,
sick.
fuck yeah. Fucking drift.
the shot breakdown, like just the way they direct these scenes is so well done. Because it's hard to film jet fights and make them cool.
God, how is this on the other? Is this the other spot on your top two?
It might be.
It's. That distant low pop. That popcorn. Oh, that's so sweet.
Waterfall, spice.
That's how they should have done it.
That's how they should have done it.
It's a great movie, but like once you see, it, you're like, damn it. It's like, oh, there's thousands of bullets flying by them, not just like the streaks.
I do prefer that.
Oh, he did the same thing in an F-14. You know, the F-14 has a titanium crossbar between the wings, and they needed to invent a whole new way of forging and molding titanium in order to build this airplane. Because the way the wings fold like that required a hyper-strong system that only titanium could provide in terms of weight to strength ratios.
Whoa,
Yep.
I didn't know that.
I
The only
believe-
thing I knew about titanium is that in order to extract it out of the ore, they boil it. So literally, titanium is made from condensing out of a gas.
That's crazy. Did you know that in order to weld titanium, you need to be in a vacuum?
I did know that one because of the oxygen.
And imagine having to weld a piece that's the size of an F-14 top cross-section and make a vacuum for
complete
that.
Vacuum. Oh my god.
Yep. And also supposedly the Soviets figured out a crazy way to like weld titanium to do like rocket pieces.
But that's ancient technology now. They lost that, right?
I don't know so much of
Ancient
it.
technology.
People are like, yes, they're like, it actually is ancient technology. They don't know how they did it.
Well,
I
'cause-
think the way they did it is by having expendable people.
Well, probably. I know. He's
Yeah.
like, all right, go in the vacuum chamber and hold this hose while we turn on. Well, that's the thing with like the.
It turns out the lost technology is just lots of bodies.
It is though. No, but it's like ancient aliens kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's like how they build the pyramids. It's like lots of dead slaves.
Well, that's the thing with like the whole Ukrainian drone strike where they wiped out all of all their bases. They wiped out tons of like radar planes and all these like aircraft that the assembly lines closed like decades ago for a lot of this equipment and stuff. So it's like they suffer
No
like
replacement parts.
Yeah, it's like oh sweet, we're like 10 billion down in aircraft and like no infrastructure to ever build this again right now.
I heard the military is trying to get a system of approvals in place and then be able to like 3D print and like fix their own systems now. Because they're like, oh, like the way we have a contract set up with this company is like it'll cost us thousands and thousands of dollars to get anything maintained. But it's like, but I'm looking at it and I can 3D print that and have it done right now if they would let me.
Yeah.
And so they're dealing with that right now.
Well, that's a whole thing though. But yeah,
3D printing. Wild
3D
times.
printing. I want to talk about a thing from Open Sauce real quick. Well, first off, went on a one-wheel ride with Adam Savage at dawn. So we got up at 4 a.m. for that. That was amazing. It was super cool. It was like we showed up at the cave at like 5 a.m., kind of hung out for a minute, and then like literally spent the next 3 hours just riding around downtown San Francisco. And it's just like, it's such like a crazy highlight, like a life highlight type moment.
Mm-hmm.
How many were there, you guys?
It was just Nick and I and Adam and Joey, who works at Tested.
Oh, amazing.
Joey came here for the React episode.
4 is the perfect number for riding on the one wheel.
It's the four boardsman. And so that was like a whole cool thing. But so then I'm back at the Creator Lounge at Open Sauce, and this guy comes up to me and is like, Ren, hey. I was like, oh, hi. He's like, we haven't met. But he looked so familiar, and he came over with like such like a good vibe and like a jovial sort of personality that I just kind of assumed we were already friends. So I gave him a hug, and he's like, no, we haven't met. And I was like, oh, and he's like, I'm Andy Weir. I wrote The Martian. And I was just like, what?
Wow.
I literally almost collapsed.
Wow.
In the moment. He's also the author of Project Hail Mary, which we were literally just talking about like on the previous podcast about how much we're excited for the Project Hail Mary movie. And so it's like I was telling him about all that, and it's like turns out he's a huge YouTuber file. He's sitting in this lounge that he snuck into, by the way. He bypassed security and somehow with a general admission badge got into the Creator Lounge, which is kind of like a huge security risk were it not for the fact that like everyone in the lounge who actually knew who he was getting selfies with him and stuff like that. And there's a lot of mutual respect there. But like, he's looking at all these creators being like, I watch their content, all this stuff. And he was like listing off specific videos of ours that he's a fan of. And he loves the React show and like all of the science videos we've done. And then he's like, that's the guy I wanted to meet. And I look over and it's Cody's lab. He's like a chemistry guy on YouTube. So Cody comes over. They introduce they've been apparently internet friends for years. Andy Weir consulted with Cody's lab on a lot of the chemistry stuff and the science in Project Hail Mary. He's got a credit at the end of the book, or like a shout out, whatever you call the book version of it, like a shout out, right? And so I'm just kind of standing there, not really talking now, because they're just conversing like crazy, just talking about stuff. And I'm like, wow, this is like a cool, special moment I'm witnessing. This is nuts. and it's like, wow, yeah, it was crazy. It was just really crazy to have Andy Weir, a guy I've read his books multiple times, approach me and be like, I'm a fan.
Yeah, like Project Hail Mary is like a top 5 book.
Yeah. Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
So I don't know,
let's not just say you love it. We're
I haven't decided on the other 4 above it yet.
That's super cool.
So, and I should have told him, I was like, if you're ever in LA, please hit us up so that you can come check out the studio. We will gladly like get lunch with you or anything. I even like, I floated out there. And if you have any like short story ideas you want to write out that maybe you want someone to make as a short film on YouTube, I'm just saying we're available.
Man, it's so weird. Being in YouTube is so weird because you end up like meeting the people that like make the stuff that's like not just stuff you see, but like the stuff that you like is like your top 10, your top 5, your top 2,
Yeah, it's just like
not the top 1 though.
no, it's like the position I'm in here like obviously it took a long time and a lot of effort to get to this sort of thing, but like it's still a privilege nonetheless. You know, it's just like it's easy to take for granted. There's some and it's like, and so then I'm hanging out with James from the Hacksmith, and they have a new knife coming out called the Smith Blade. It's I think on pre-order, and he'd given one to Adam Savage. So on the ride, Adam's all excited about it, showing us, and I'm like, man, that's so cool. So then when I saw James later, I was like, what do I got to do to get a knife? And he literally like pulls it out of his pocket and hands it to me. So now I've got this sweet ass titanium knife with like this forged like steel blade. I forget the type of blade this is, and it's like got this really satisfying ratchet. I don't know if you can hear this ratcheting.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it goes in 15-degree angles, so you can actually measure angles with it, and it sounds just like the click wheel of an iPod. And it was like, Apple spent millions of dollars getting that click wheel sound effect, and we got it for free. Accidentally. Yeah, they apparently like took one, and I've got the small version. I don't even know if this is something they've announced, but it's in my hands, so too bad if you haven't announced it. So it doesn't have all the cool like extra bits and tool stuff on it, but apparently they took the blade and they put it under a hydraulic press, and they were able to cut a Swiss Army knife in half using this blade. Go for it, dude. And to open it or to close it, it's that.
Okay.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's like I'm all about little fidget toys like that. I'm really bummed. Okay, actually, I had this pen. It was a fidget pen called Mesmo Pen. I backed it on Kickstarter last year, and it finally showed up, and I was all excited about it. I fidgeted with it for like 2 straight days, and then I lost it. And I still haven't been able to find it. So Mesmo Pen, I'm going to have to like, I guess I'll buy another one when it's finally available, because it was a Kickstarter thing. And I don't know. I was really disappointed. So this has kind of like filled the gap for my fidgeting.
You fidget with this?
Oh yeah. When we had that meeting with NVIDIA yesterday, I was like playing with this thing the entire time.
I was watching you play with the knife the entire time.
So that's my point.
That's cool.
The ratchet is nice. It makes it feel like you're not going to cut your fingers off when you're closing it.
A little bit. I already cut my finger closing it. It's very sharp. But yeah,
sweet.
anyway, it's like that's just what you get at Open Source. It's like, hey, what do I have to do to get a knife? And it's like, here you go. It's like, well, that was easy.
That's crazy.
That's what I mean by privilege. You know, it's like
That's what I'm talking about when I'm. Yeah.
And then there's also the
some
other part of
serious
it's like,
privilege.
I never have to worry about getting arrested because I'm a white guy.
Well,
all right.
That's
Well,
privilege.
We're taking some serious liberties. Here.
Well,
I'm sure we can figure out something.
We
to
won't
get you
go there, I
arrested
guess.
for it.
yeah. Let's not push our luck.
Like, is that a challenge?
it was cool hanging out with Captain Disillusion. Hadn't seen him in a few years since last time he did our show.
Yeah.
We did a
Yeah.
panel together. That was a lot of fun. Man, it's just, it's great.
Cool.
But also, it's like I met so many fans while I was there. It's amazing
Really?
how many people know who you are when you're in the YouTube space like this. So it's like I couldn't really walk around the showroom floor without like someone recognizing me, wanting to get a picture, someone else noticing a picture is getting taken. They're like, wait a minute, who is that? Oh, it's you. And so then suddenly like a line starts forming of people wanting to say hi. And
Crazy.
on Saturday, I did that where the whole like, oh, I'll sign your badge and we'll take a picture. We'll talk for a moment. I did that for 4 straight hours.
Did you consciously be like, I'm just going to do this until the crowd goes away?
Yeah, that's because it's like, I know how much this means to people. You
Yeah.
know, I've been in their shoes where it's like, oh, this is a creator I really like. I want to just introduce myself. I want to just say how much I like their stuff. Like, I get
Yeah.
it. So,
4 hours is a lot. I'm impressed.
I mean,
good for
It's a
you.
marathon.
but I had done the same thing the previous 2 years.
Yeah.
And
Well, you got to do it. What, are you going to back out? It's Dynasty Warriors, but you got a Sharpie.
God.
You're not going to retreat.
And to be clear, I love it. I enjoy doing it, but it is an endurance thing. It's a stamina thing. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, so I love being able to do that. At a certain point, I did grab a volunteer and I was like, hey, do you mind just like capping off the end of this line so that no one else can join the line? I'll still talk to everyone in this line so that I can actually go back and get some quick lunch before I go on another panel. But this time around, I tried something I've never tried before because I really wanted to walk the showroom floor and look at all the exhibits. I wore a disguise.
Nice.
Was it actually disguised or was it just a mask?
It was a baseball hat some fake reading glasses,
Oh.
and a cloth mask.
A little Clark Kent action.
And honestly, legitimately worked really well.
Oh, wow.
I went up to Scott Manley and asked for a photo. He had no idea who I was and was still gracious enough to take a photo with me. It was
Well, you're
freaking
testing him.
hilarious.
Are you as polite as you are in real life if you don't
Yeah,
know
no,
who
he's
I
like,
am?
sure, I'll take a photo. I mean, look at this.
Oh, wow. You do it. I can recognize you.
I know. Well, that's the thing. There were there was one person who looked at me.
That mask changes the shape of your jaw and
It
your
pulls
chin.
on my ears a little
And
bit.
it gives you a much smaller jaw.
Also, I don't think people know
yeah,
how tall
totally.
you are. That's the other thing. If you don't know to look for like a 6 foot something, how tall are you?
6'40".
That's crazy.
Not
I mean,
16.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and it's just like, it was amazing how well it worked, and so I wanted to, because
I mean, you were wearing a mask. That's what you do.
The mask is helpful.
that was what I learned from Markiplier. He said that COVID single-handedly transformed his ability to go out into public, because all he has to do is put on a cloth mask, and suddenly no one knows who he is, and Markiplier is on a whole couple echelons higher of fame than any of us here.
Yeah.
He literally can't go anywhere, but at a place where, and normally I can walk out in public and it's never ever a problem. Occasionally I get recognized, right? But at a place like this where the density of people with the likelihood to recognize me is so high, it's like you can't walk around. And so I was like, I want to just try if this works, and it worked really well. In fact, so I went to a few booths from people who had said hi to me, and I wanted to check out their stuff. So I take off the mask and just talk with them, and the moment I took off the mask, a person next to me goes, "Whoa!" And I was like, "Oh gosh,
That's a high density of people that know who you are.
Zero time. The moment I took off my mask, it was like, "Wow, you're so and so."
See, if we're all at the level of fame, if you can call it that, where we don't get recognized very often when we go out. It's enough where it's we get recognized enough where it's fun and a novelty usually, and it's cool if your parents are with you or your wife's
Yeah.
with you and you get
Yeah.
to impress them a little bit.
And they get to experience what that's like. They're
Yeah,
like,
especially in
"Wow,
LA.
that's..."
yeah,
And I'm like, "Yeah,
it's
it happens. It
once
happens."
every 2 or 3 4 weeks, depends on how often you're going out.
Oh, I don't know.
A little more
It's
often
a lot
for you.
more frequent for me.
Once a week. I'm trying to downplay it a little bit here for the sake of the story. Anyways, but
He's pretending to have modesty. Yeah.
yeah, but then you end up going to places where it's the demographic is oh, everybody here knows who I am.
Well,
And
I
then
remember you telling the story of years ago, early YouTube days for you guys at Comic-Con.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I've never been to Comic-Con, but
Yeah, it was
I can
one of those
imagine
things I thought we'd just walk in whatever, and nope, immediately a crowd form. The same thing as open sauce, right? Immediately a crowd, because also people are looking to run into people. You know?
Sure.
So we noped out and went out to the waterfront for a while, hung out there instead. But also we went to Omega Mart, and that was one of those things where I just wanted to walk around Omega Mart and check it out.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is probably a big overlap demographic area, so I wore a mask. And
yeah, it works really well.
Yep. And I have the long hair, so one person did look at me and kind of squint a little bit. But yeah.
Oh man, I don't know if I could. There's a guy at Open Sauce. I'm blanking on his name right now, who looks very similar to you.
Oh, here while we're talking about parasocial relationships, and running into people that are internet famous, so obviously people have recognized me from online and they'll introduce themselves, but sometimes I'll have the situation where I recognize somebody from online and I watch their stuff, but they don't watch my stuff, so they don't really know who I am.
Sure.
And the Float Life guys, Jeff,
yes.
I watch the Float Life videos. I don't
Yes.
not every single one, but a lot of them. And on the Float Life team is a guy named Nico.
Oh yeah.
So to me, Jeff is a friendly guy, and it breaks down the barrier of it being a stranger because I've watched him too much on YouTube.
Yeah.
And so we'll be one wheeling when we did our one wheeling ride that one night together, and Nico was there, the other Nico. He'd be like, "Hey, what's up, Nico?" And I'd be like, "What's up, Jeff?" And it'd be because I'd totally accept that he'd be talking to me like that,
But he wasn't.
But he's not talking to me. I'm
Well,
a
'cause Nico
stranger
had
to him.
They hadn't seen each other in a week or two because Nico had been traveling the country, going to different one wheel events. So that was actually Jeff and Nico's first time seeing each other. So I was like, "What up, Nico?" And you're like,
Yeah.
I remember I was there too. You're like, "Hey, Oh,
Yeah, it happened like lots of times that evening where like he would be talking to the other, because I'm also not used to there being another Nico around. So like, yeah, it'd be one
You're
thing to
very
like have.
territorial, yeah.
Well, I'm very like, you can say Nico and I'll look up immediately. It's like, you know,
yeah. No,
Yeah.
absolutely. His name is spelled differently.
with the C, which is how people often misspell my name.
So the guy people kept thinking was you. So this guy, his name is Ed March. Yeah. Let's see if I can find a picture of him. This guy.
Oh yeah, he does kind of look like me, doesn't he?
Yeah, his name is
Yeah.
Ed March. ed_C90_March on Instagram. It was starting to become a bit of a problem for him because he's at the Creator Lounge and other people are like, they see that I'm there, so they assume other people from Corridor are there, and he's a smaller creator, so they're going up to him and be like, Nico, nice to meet you. He's like, I'm not Nico. I'm not Nico. He got it like dozens of times.
Oh no! Oh, I'm sorry, Ed.
And it also doesn't help that Medi Electro Boom has had this running joke with me for years, where he's like, "Oh yeah, I saw Nico over there." I'm like, "He's not here." He's like, "No, Nico's over there." I'm like, "I don't think so." He's like, "I'm pretty sure I saw Nico," and it's like, I don't know why, but every single time I see him, he does the exact same joke. And then this year there was some actual like credibility to the joke.
He's like, "No, it's not Nico. I swear, it's Ed March." Yeah.
Yeah, Ed March. But he's got a very, very similar like hair and beard style as you, so it's kind of funny. Did the live stream crash? Are we good?
We're good.
Okay, yeah.
Crazy.
We've been good since we did that little switch.
Yeah. Once Spectrum got back up / Verizon. Yeah.
That was great timing. Yeah, good stuff, guys.
Yeah, that was fun. Well, I think that's a good spot to wrap up today's podcast. I have to go try to get this AI to not spit out mush, as is our lives these days. So,
Did I tell you about my one wheel ghosting?
oh, ghosted.
I don't want to tell the story publicly.
Okay.
It was so
We can tell it in
embarrassing.
the after party.
I'll tell it in the after party.
It's in front of Adam Savage.
No, it was in the middle of the Creator Lounge.
Oh,
That's
all right.
not
That's an after show one. All right. To everybody who's listening on YouTube, Spotify, etc., thank you so much for tuning in. Those of you who have joined us on the website, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Let's go to that after party and hang out here. And for those of you listening live on YouTube on the Corridorcast channel, it's cool that you joined us live. Thank you so much. You know, if you ever get a chance, consider joining us on the website. But
Yeah, come on over.
I'm just happy that you joined us. All right. Bye, everybody.
Peace.
See ya. 3, 2, 1.